Mamas, I would like to officially welcome you to the second trimester. Yep, this is week 14 and it's time to settle in and get comfy because this is likely to be the trimester where you get a proper bump, you're not as tired anymore, you get the glow, and you're not living with your head down a toilet. So textbooks say that your baby is now about 8 centimeters long, which is roughly the same size as half a banana or a lemon, depending on which one you prefer. And weight wise, they are weighing in at 42 grams, which is actually the same size as your average chocolate bar. And yes, I do think that means you should celebrate by eating one. Up until now, your baby's head has been growing a lot faster than everything else, but this week the body is finally starting to catch up, and by the end of week 14 your baby's arms will be in proportion to the rest of its body. Its little legs still have some catching up to do though, but it won't take long. Your little baby is also growing hair on their heads and their eyebrows now. Were you and your partner hairy babies? Because it might be a sign that your little one is too. The cutest update for this week? Well, baby is now able to suck their thumb, which is just adorable, isn't it? And as well as that, they are learning how to use their facial muscles now. So if you could take a look in there, they might be squinting and frowning and grimacing and all of that stuff, which is the sort of stuff that actually makes me feel really broody, if I'm honest. We've talked about baby, but what about you? How are you feeling this week, and what is being 14 weeks pregnant really like? Well, here at Channel Mum, we're comparing the textbook versus the truth with a little bit of help from some expectant mums who know. So, as I mentioned before, you are now in the second trimester, which is usually everybody's favourite trimester. Your bump is probably growing steadily now and starting to show, but don't worry if yours isn't just yet, because everybody grows at different rates, and you may find that if you've had previous pregnancies, your belly will grow much more quickly earlier on this time around. I certainly found that with my second. I felt huge within weeks. Now, if you aren't feeling brilliant just yet, don't let it get you down. I know that's easier said than done, but there's no magic week when everyone just magically feels better. And for me personally, it wasn't until I got to around 16 weeks that I could feel myself starting to turn a corner. And now it's time to look at those 14-week bumps. Here are how mine and some other pregnant ladies' bellies looked at just 14 weeks. This is my 14-week belly.
Bump wise, I get a bump when I've eaten loads, but other than that, like first thing in the morning I have no bump, and then by the end of the day I have quite a big bump.
But as you can see, I'm starting to get a proper little bump, which is really lovely. I'm trying to get used to it.
One of the weirdest symptoms for week 14 is the introduction of baby brain. Now, us pregnant ladies can find ourselves getting a little bit forgetful, and no, surprisingly, it's not a myth. Research has actually shown that your brain alters during pregnancy, and some parts of the brain get bigger, but overall, the brain actually decreases in size, and it's actually at its smallest when you're full term. How crazy is that? So what else can you expect? Well, over on Channel Mum, we've got vlogs for every week of pregnancy from other expectant mums who are at the same stage as you are right now. So let's take a look and see what they said about being 14 weeks pregnant.
I'm definitely starting to feel better. I'm not getting as many headaches now, although I still get them on the occasional day, and I'm feeling a lot less sick as well.
Symptoms wise, pretty much the same as my first trimester, but everything's kind of died down a bit. So I'm not as tired. Instead of going to bed at like 7 o'clock every night, it's more like 9 o'clock.
Just definitely coming into the second trimester and kind of getting rid of the first trimester symptoms, so that's really, really good.
I'm feeling a little bit better sickness wise. It's still coming in bursts, but only maybe twice a day now rather than 4 or 5 times a day. So that is wonderful, welcoming that change.
I thought I was getting better, and then I was really sick yesterday, which wasn't great at all.
I have been really suffering with headaches this week, like really suffering. They just won't go away.
It's like pins and needles in my hands when I sleep.
My nails are growing super fast.
I also feel a little bit of pain when I sneeze, still in my stomach, and a few pulls on either side of my stomach, but other than that, symptoms have been really good this week. The bump, I think, has grown, but I don't know whether a lot of that is because I indulged in too many burgers and ice creams while I was in Florida, but To me, it's definitely grown.
I've definitely popped now. I've got a bump.
I think people have definitely started guessing now.
I just want to enjoy this now. I want to, you know, get my glow and get my groove on and, like, you know, be this blooming pregnant woman and be excited and not just be preoccupied with thoughts of puking on people. It's ridiculous. Before I go, it's time to get honest with the channel mum, the good, the bad and the ugly of being 14 weeks pregnant. The good. Is that a little bit of a bump I see? Yep, you're probably starting to pop now, and embrace that bump. You look beautiful, trust us. The bad. If you find yourself sniffing a lot, then it's actually down to nasal congestion, which is really common in pregnancy due to all that extra blood pumping around your body. The things we go through, eh? And the ugly, you've started obsessing over food. Yep, it's cravings time, and you're getting really excited about things like mashed potato, Big Macs, pickled onion. Let us know what your craving is at the moment. Mine was always strawberries, weirdly. And that's it. We hope you've enjoyed watching the textbook versus the truth of being 14 weeks pregnant. As always, we're in this with you. You're not alone, so please let us know in the comments down below how you're feeling this week. We really would love to hear from you. And if you'd like something to watch after this, then we've got tons of vlogs over on Channel Mum for every week of pregnancy, including week 14. So we'll leave a link down in the description for you so you can click and get watching. But that is all from me, so you take care, and we will see you and that little baby of yours next week.